Shoe prints are our next station of evidence. With shoe prints, they can appear in a variety of forms. The one we had at our crime scene was where we had a muddy shoe print, so they had walked in something and then walked in the crime scene. So that's one type of shoe print. Another is where they leave an impression in the dirt or in the soil, and that is another type of impression, or another type of shoe print. Any type of shoe print is good for the crime scene investigators, because if we end up with a suspect, we can go to their house with the search warrant and pick out their shoes, find ones that would potentially match our shoe print at the scene, and hopefully we can match characteristics to identify who they are. So shoes have a variety of different treads. So you can see between these three examples, they're obviously going to look a lot different depending how you walk on them. Okay, the tread is going to vary. Now, if you're on just a smooth surface, there's nothing on the bottom of your feet, you're not going to leave a shoe print. So shoe prints are not always something that you can count on to be there. But if they are there are key characteristics we can look for. So when you're looking at a shoe print, there's a couple things you want to look at. The first thing is the measurement. So if you look at the total length, so going from the tip of the toe clear back to the heel, what's the total length of the shoe? Sometimes with your shoe print, you're not going to have a full length. So if they don't put enough weight on their heel and the heel doesn't leave an impression, you don't know the full length of that shoe print, so you can't determine the size or anything. But you can still get other measurements off of it. So you could measure from the toe to where that first gap is right before the arch. You could measure the arch gap itself, or you could measure the back of the heel. Whatever you have available to you on that shoe print. But any of those measurements would work to help identify those shoes. You also look at the pattern, so make sure the tread matches up. You're not going to have a tread for high heel match up to the ones we had in our crime scene. Okay, they just don't match. So you look at that tread pattern and see if you can compare them. And then the last thing you're going to look for is wear and tear. So when people walk, they don't walk flat-footed. At least most people don't. Some do. Okay, and that is a characteristic to look for. But they might lean to the outside of their feet or lean to the inside of their feet. And when they do that, that's going to change the tread pattern. So looking at those characteristics, once you match the shoe, then you could have the suspect walk a certain area, and you could see if their pattern of walking matches what you saw in your tread. So shoe prints are another form of evidence that we can identify. Good luck.